Can I still do unscripted videos? Let's find out together. Remember a couple months ago when people were haplessly sharing that GIF from Gilmore Girls of Lorelai saying, "See you when Hillary's president"? Hi Paul Talkers and other viewers, I'm Paul from Los Angeles. This is where Paul talks, and I'm trying to do an unscripted video today on the last day of November like I used to do all the time. I'm afraid that these are going to suck, which is why I try to avoid doing them, but it's okay if I suck sometimes. Before I get too far into this, I want to point out that Donald Trump is the president-elect. He keeps on appointing horribly bigoted, white supremacist, racist, homophobic, transphobic people to his administration team. It is terrifying. It is not normal. Hashtag Trump isn't normal. Let's not forget that. But that isn't the point of this video. Today I want to talk to you about Gilmore Girls, the revival, A Year in the Life, and why we reacted to it the way that we did. Maybe. Just some ideas I had about this. And if you like the things that I have to say, I hope that you subscribe at youtube.com/PaulRoth or join my Patreon. That would be great. In this video, I don't want to do a review of Gilmore Girls, although I'll tell you that I personally liked the revival, and I don't want to necessarily pick apart all the problematic aspects of it because I think other people can do that very, very well. I don't even want to talk about the various ways in which Rory Gilmore sucks because, well, first of all, Taylor Brogan did a fantastically better version of that than I could ever do. I'll link to her Tumblr post in the description below. But also because I don't think it's really necessary for me to go into details about that. I want to talk about how I felt about Gilmore Girls when it first aired about over a decade ago, and then how I feel about it today, and maybe some of my feelings will reflect your own. When I first started watching Gilmore Girls, I was already a West Wing fan and a Sports Night fan, generally an Aaron Sorkin fan. I liked it when characters talked fast and walked. I don't know, it's a thing. I think it's because I had this kind of ableist, intellectually classist viewpoint that people who are smarter and talk faster are better. They're not, but if there's a particular pitfall that liberal-minded creatives fall into more than others, it's that being smart is good and being not smart is bad. I've only recently shaken that outlook because I realized it was an ableist one. When I first watched Gilmore Girls, I figured that the two main characters, because they talked so quickly and referenced so many things, must be good because they were smart. And they must be smart because of the way they spoke. But I was so thoroughly on the team of this nerdy, not popular girl who does all the extracurriculars that I wanted her to be this angelic figure that she was portrayed as being. Even though I watched her do horrible things. And whenever she did do horrible things, she wasn't pushed into them. She always made those choices on her own. She always could have made a better choice. She didn't. Fast forward to 2016's Gilmore Girls A Year in the Life, and what do you have? You have the same characters doing the exact same things in their lives 10 years later. But even if these stories were being told the day after the last season ended, I would still dislike the Gilmore Girls today. Not because they've changed, they haven't, but because I have. Emily was pretty great, and actually, upon having recently rewatched all 7 seasons of Gilmore Girls, I actually thought that Emily Gilmore was mostly right throughout the entire series. The Lorelais suck. It's not a new thing. They've always sucked. We're just realizing it better now in 2016 because we're more aware of how things can suck. And even with Emily, who was mostly badass in the series, they have that horrible, unintelligible Latinx servant storyline, which is racist AF? What the heck, ASP? Come on! Now again, I don't want this video to be some sort of like a review or a breakdown of all the different aspects of the show. It was a very dense 6 hours. But I just wanted to point out that I think the reason why many people are watching Gilmore Girls and today are upset with Rory and Lorelai when previously they were hardcore Lorelai and Rory fans is that we've become better people. We've become better people than we used to be when we watched the Gilmore Girls back in the day. That's basically it. today in 2016, we can see the fat shaming, the ableism, the classism, the privilege, the racism far more clearly than we could a decade ago. So I think that's why a lot of us got upset about the revival, because we're better people now, and it is not. That's my take. I hope this video didn't suck since I didn't script it at all. I used to do this all the time! How did I do? Let me know in the comments your thoughts on why we feel differently about Gilmore Girls today than we did a decade ago. Or tell me anything that matters to you, because I want to know what matters to you. If you like this video, please share it on Twitter, Tumblr, or Facebook. If you'd like to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, please subscribe at youtube.com/PaulRoth. If you want to help me pay my rent, you can join my Patreon at patreon.com/Paladin. There's going to be links to all these things in the description and in these cards. You can also check out one of these old videos of mine. Maybe you'd like one of those. And you've made it to the end of the video! Thank you for making it here. Here at the end is where I always say, tomorrow will be even better.